Oh, okay, Miss Hillary Clinton. So you calling me a fascist? You're calling me a Nazi? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. And hitting this like button right here, ladies and gentlemen, is how my content can consistently be recommended to you. Also, do not forget to double check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, making sure that you hit that bell notification. That way, when I do post, you should be notified, all right? Appreciate you all. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all were with me earlier today. I did a live video, and I spoke on Hillary Clinton with this rhetoric that she has out right now and how dangerous it is. We all know that President Trump's life almost got taken twice, right? And we know that when you constantly put a rhetoric out there, making a person a danger, you're saying he's a danger, he's a threat to our democracy. When you say words like that, danger, threat, he's a Nazi, he's a fascist, he's dangerous. If he gets in, this is what's going to happen. When you start to do things like that, you have people out there that don't have the best minds, and you will cause these people to actually react, to almost become martyrs, like they are going to be the ones to do the system some justice. Like they will put their lives on the line. They know that when they go in there and try to carry out these deeds that they think you're telling them to do, which you are telling them to do, that if something happens to them, they're going to go out of this world being known as a martyr, the person who did this, the person who took the shot, the person who took out Trump, and who saved democracy. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't have to believe this if you don't want to. Call me crazy if you want to. I do not care. I know for a fact that this psychological psyops is very possible. I've seen it happen in real time. If you lived in the United States in the past 2.5 years, you saw it happening in real time. Yes, you did. You've seen a huge psychological psyops happen in real time, how you can be manipulated by TV, how your feelings can be manipulated, how your thoughts can be manipulated, how your decisions can be manipulated, because a lot of you don't have the capacity to actually think for yourselves. What am I talking about? Watch this and I'll tell you.
Hillary Clinton was on another network yesterday, and she was talking about linking him to this rally. He's going to have a rally at MSG. A lot of people sing, a lot of people perform at MSG. Do you link everyone who's ever performed at MSG to this neo-Nazi rally back in 1939? She's saying that's what this is, that Donald Trump is going to MSG. And she says to Caitlin, she says, and I write about it in my book. Yeah. She's trying to sell her book. So there are two messages that she's giving. Buy my book, and he's a fascist. You know, and then there's this article in the Washington Examiner. It's called Reductio ad Hitlernum, 60 years of Democrats falsely calling the Republican nominee a fascist. And I looked up Reductio ad Hitlernum, and it's known as playing the Nazi card. It's in Latin.
Well, there you go.
And they go through all the lists of every Republican who's ever run for president.
60 years.
And this goes back 60 years, starting with Barry Goldwater. After, in 1964, he was the Republican nominee. The Democratic governor of California said his acceptance speech at the RNC had the stench of fascism. However, he was the one who was a pilot in the military in World War II, and the Democratic governor of California had no military experience. MLK Jr. said, we see dangerous signs of Hitlerism in the Goldwater campaign. And Jackie Robinson said, I would say that I now believe I know how it felt to be a Jew in Hitler's Germany.
Right. A couple of things, too. Barry Goldwater not paying attention. He should be looking straight ahead in those pictures. We were sitting there taking pictures.
It goes on through Nixon. It goes on through Ronald Reagan.
Hubert Humphrey said, this is kind of, if the British had not fought in 1940, Hitler would have been in London. And if Democrats do not fight in 1968, Nixon will be in the White House. Okay, it's the same thing.
And then Nixon won.
Right. Here's Hillary.
One other thing that you'll see next week, Caitlin, is Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. I write about this in my book. President Franklin Roosevelt was appalled that neo-Nazis, fascists in America were lining up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany. So I don't think we can ignore it. Now, it may be a leap for some people, and a lot of others may think, I don't want to go there. I don't want to say that. But please open your eyes to the danger that this man poses to our country, because I think it is clear and present for anybody paying attention.
So you saw all that, you heard all that, right? What type of message do you think that's pushing, ladies and gentlemen? For Hillary Clinton to say such things like that about President Trump, what type of message do you think that pushes out there? Oh, he's just like Hitler. And Hitler had followers, and they were Madison Square Garden. I've talked about this in my book. So what you're saying that if I show up to Madison Square Garden to go see President Trump, are you calling me a Nazi? Is that what you're saying, Hillary Clinton? See, she says things like this. If Kamala Harris began to say things like this, and other far left radical leaning folks says the most atrocious things like this, what do you think is going to cause the mass of you guys to start thinking about folks like us? Y'all already started doing it. You did it last night. Ty, if you were white, you would be a oh, you can't say nigga, huh? So you want to say Nazi. Doesn't work that. That's not going to work on me. You can try it on somebody that don't have a great enough intellect to even see through all your bull crap, but it's not going to work on me. So when I mentioned earlier, before y'all saw me go on, take that break and y'all watched that video there, and I said we all, if you're in the United States, we all got to see the psychological psyops that cause you to do what they told you to do. What is called that demic. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You guys let sensationalism, propaganda, fear, everybody saying the same thing. Everybody saying the same thing. Y'all have literally been a part of a huge 3.5-year social experiment. And we got to see, number one, thankfully, we got to see who the real people that followed after God were. We got to see how easily you guys can be manipulated. We got to see people who's supposed to be some of the most prestigious, smartest intellect people in the United States actually cave. They threw all their logic, they threw all their reasoning, they threw their training out the door, all because everybody else started spreading this stuff like it was a rumor. And I'm not talking about the demic as in people getting sick. I'm talking about the rumor, the stories. Oh, you're going to make grandma sick. Remember, Joe Biden even had you guys coming after folks like me who didn't want to get the Fauci, ouchie, hokey pokey clot shot. He had y'all coming after people like me. Y'all tried, but I knocked y'all straight back down, metaphorically speaking, if you want to catch on to this. Because Joe Biden said he going to make it mandatory. Joe Biden made statements like, we're getting tired of you not getting your shots. And then during the hurricane, what did he say? The best thing you can do during a hurricane is to get the shot. They had y'all doing some of the most ridiculous things. Some of you fools were walking around with Hawaiian punch jugs over your head. Some of y'all was putting t-shirts around your face and all. They had y'all doing some crazy stuff. And I just sat back and shook my head at you and realized how retarded some of you guys looked. Told you can't say retarded. Yes, you heard me. Yes. I'm not saying that to throw no shade at anybody who is mentally retarded. I'm talking about the new phrase. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Point is, they were able to manipulate you to go against your own logic. You knew it didn't make sense, but you didn't care because everybody was doing it. You knew something didn't sound right. You didn't care because everybody was saying it. You even jumped on board when President Biden said, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You let them make you believe that perfectly healthy people are making you sick. They let you believe that if you get the Fauci, ouchie, hokey pokey clot shot, that you're going to be good. You will never get it again. Then you got it again. Oh, well, if you get this booster, and then y'all got the booster, and you won't get it again. And then you got another booster because you got it again. And then they tell you about another booster, and then you got it again. Easy sheeple. You're easily manipulated. And I'm not hating on any of you. If some of y'all did it, because I know I told you. I understand if you were one of the ones that fear completely overtook you, you really freaked out, I get you. But I'm talking to the ones who are of a certain intellect. You knew it, you felt it something, but you did it anyway. You felt something wasn't right, you knew something wasn't right, you knew, but you did it anyway. So what am I saying that for? If they can get you to do all things like that, bending over, swabbing your butt with Q-tips and everything like that, buying up all the tissue for no goddamn own reason and all, like when they didn't have nothing to do with tissue, if they got you to sit there and turn on your own family, I'm not letting my mom come and see my grandbaby because my mom didn't show me she got a vax card. They had you do all that. What makes you think they can't get some of you lunatics to believe that an individual like me is a fascist and a Nazi because I support Trump? Some of you already do. And you need to be questioning yourself over that. And you only believe that is because they told you to believe that. Believe that. Anyway, let me know what you guys all think by putting it in the comments below after this video. Do not forget to please do what you guys see, all what's going on in this cloud right here, if you would, please. If you would like to see the next video that I will be doing in chronological order, it's going to be up here. Things that I do as a variety on my channel, it's going to be right down here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.